Hey guys.
Check complete. Let's head over to the bar.
Yes. And welcome back to another episode of the VAR Bar. Once again, not even once again, once in a while, we got a full house. The main squad is back. Shout out Calvin Talks back in the building, aka Strizza.
Come on.
Long time no see, my brother. Happy that you're here so we can touch on Spurs properly, you know what I mean? Because if there's any team worse than my team, then obviously, you know what I mean? So let's you know what I mean? Let's join arms in it. There in it.
Bro, and then the table says otherwise.
Yeah. Wait, where's Spurs?
We're joined, but we've got better goal difference.
Okay.
So,
Okay. That, anyways, we'll touch on it. Then we'll go to the Gooners as well. Mace, Toast. One is sipping on the tears of my enemies. Another one is, you know what I mean? I can work with Mace. Just normal, calm, humble.
Okay, now.
Reflective, honest, fair. Now. I can work with Mace, you get me?
I don't want to hear humble come out of your mouth. This whole episode.
Me and Mace, we can work together. How you guys doing, man?
About humble. Yeah, I'm out here, man. It was a super Sunday, man. Delicious, man. Delicious. Yeah.
Please, if you're watching this, like, subscribe, and follow us on the VAR Bar podcast or socials. If you're watching this, like this stream, man. Share this stream as well. If you can, of course. If you don't know already, follow Calvin Talks on TikTok, where he shares his pain on all things Spurs. We'll keep plugging Calvin Talks this whole episode. You get me? Let's get the followers up. And whilst you're there, follow VAR Bar Podcast on TikTok as well. Feel me? Normally, I would be asking, where do we start? But we have to start with the game of the weekend, which is obviously City versus Liverpool. And yeah, I mean, it's all good, man. Let's start there, man, because obviously all three of us, we came off the back of wins midweek. I think, all three of us played Champions League, came off the back of wins. We came, kind of flying. City themselves also won midweek against Dortmund, I think, and they are also in a good run of form as well. So this game week was a bit interesting for me. I mean, the Liverpool camp was a bit divided, like even with the people that I speak to, but also that I've seen online. Some people were saying, let's go for a draw. Some people say we should win. And then that kind of all changed after the Saturday result at Arsenal that we would touch later on. Then it turned, the vast majority said, we should win. There's an opportunity here. And obviously, probably the same goes for City. Pre-game, to my surprise, I don't know what you guys thought, but to my surprise, that Slot went with the exact same team as he did with Real Madrid. I think for me, that was the first red flag. There already, I was like, I'm not sure about that. And I get it, maybe from Slot perspective, for people that, that understand why Slot did that. I get it in terms of like, who would you put in, to play? Because people are either not 100% fit or people are not informed. So who would you play instead? And then obviously you saw City's lineup. And City's lineup as well, there was a host of, I know they rested a lot of players midweek, but there was a host of changes again, where on paper you thought, City are there to be got. But the thing is with football that I love this saying, that freshness is sometimes better than quality, or better than quality or name in paper. And that kind of what showed specifically in the first half. That first half was one of the worst first halves I've seen from my club in years. And I've seen my club play against Brentford this season, Palace, United. That first half, I didn't even know what we were doing. We looked clueless. Again, physically, we were off it. Second balls, we weren't getting there. Bradley, who had an amazing game against his counterpart midweek, was not seeing Doku at all. And it obviously is Doku, but if you're having a good game midweek against arguably one of the best wingers in the world, you're expecting that you can, may do the same against Doku. It was a mismatch. McAllister and Gravenberg in midfield, mismatch. They were completely missing. But what I will say, it's not an excuse, but that disallowed goal changed the course of the game for me. And I'm going to stop there. He wants to take over.
You're clutching, man. You're clutching, bro.
Long excuses, bro. Long excuses.
Like, let's not get twisted. Obviously, I do think it was a goal. I do think Van Dijk's goal should have stood. Like, Robertson was not interfering at all. However, obviously, prior to that, it should have been 2 or 3 to City. Haaland done already missed a penalty. Like, it was all them. Liverpool just looked sluggish. Looked like Wednesday night took it out of you lot and you had no legs. That's why, like, obviously your point about not changing the side, I get it to an extent, because don't change your winning team, etc. You got to freshen things up, man, because first half, like Neville was saying it in the commentary, it was like, can Liverpool get to half time only being 1 down? Because you look like you couldn't get out. Even the second goal, Van Dijk just dangles the leg out. It's just tired performance, man. And like, for me, that's on the manager to freshen things up. Like, bring a Curtis Jones into the midfield. Like, I know you've got injuries and stuff, but I don't know, obviously Gakpo didn't start the other night. Start Gakpo. I think Gakpo, is like, I know you don't really rate, but I think he's disrespected because he's at times been your best attacker. And one thing he does give you is energy, and he would have give you some fresh legs in the forward line. So I don't know why he didn't start the game. So look, obviously he's unlucky to lose that goal, but I just think you look tired out there, man.
Yeah, but that's how I started, right? Like, I think that was the first mistake, and I blame that on Slot. I blame this L on Slot because he should have, like you said, he should have freshened it up. And once I saw the same team against Madrid, I was like, yeah, that was a red flag to me because I knew playing Robbo 4 games in a row, that's not going to cut it. And he got dragged early as well. You saw him blowing. And then the players that you mentioned, Curtis Jones could have come in. Gakpo could have come in as well. You know what I mean? So I think that was part of it, why we looked totally off it. But I agree with you in terms of, like, City were totally the better team. And like Slot said out in his post-match interview, 2-0 was reflective of, the half. It was deserved. However, if that goal went in, momentum in football game, it can all switch. And that was my point, where, like, we score from a set piece, now City may look unsure. And then the game goes into a total different course. That was my point. You know what I mean? But Toast, Mace, let me hear from you guys.
Nah, I don't hear it at all. If a player has to duck to avoid the ball hitting him before it goes in the goal, that should tell you that player is impacting the play. It's clear cut. Like, why is
Keeper
Robertson ducking, my brother?
This Toast, man, I hate to. Anyways, we're touching your game. We're touching your game.
You know what? If I was going to be objective or if I was going to be fair, today is not the day because you've been coming with too much smoke recently for my head top, and you've had nothing to back it up. There's no substance to your words. There's no substance to your team. You're getting collapsed. Your team's getting collapsed all over the pitch, and you still have bass in your voice. The bass needs to come down because you saw my team drop points, not knowing that you were going to the Etihad, and you still had smoke for me. So I said, okay, how can my man see my team drop points, knowing he's going to Etihad away tomorrow, and tell me, don't worry, I'll meet Toast. Not before I meet you, my brother. And I'm here to meet you right now, man. What is it?
Can you be objective? We're on a live broadcast. Children are watching. We're on a live broadcast. Children are watching. People that are not really watching Premier League football are watching.
Mace,
can you be objective?
Mace Strizza and Drew. After all the soliloquy that he wanted to drop about the game, he had to drop that little disclaimer in. If the disallowed goal didn't count, we would have had a chance in the game.
It's shameless, brother. Let me take over.
Exactly. Sometimes. What did Drew say to start off his comments in it? Like, you can't catch me slipping. I don't take L's. This is an L. This is your problem. You're not humble, bro. You still got the gas from last season. The transfers aren't working. Slot ain't coaching. Salah ain't scoring. You man got niche. Konate ain't defended. You ain't got niche right now. So eat your humble pie. Come back better. Simple. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Can we not be objective?
Until Drew shows some humbleness, I'm gonna come with the smoke, bro. because you've been talking a lot and your team ain't been performing, bro. There's nothing to back up the smoke you've been coming with in the last couple of weeks.
For those that are wondering why Toast is so angry, I don't know why. Did I make you that angry last night? I didn't even do too much. Did I make you that angry last night, bro?
Okay.
I'm sorry, bro.
Okay. It's not anger, my brother. It's passion, innit?
I'm sorry.
It's passion.
I'm sorry,
it's
bro.
Passion. And I'm letting you know what time I'm on right now, because you've been doing a lot and you have no substance to the words. You have no substance to nothing right now. There's no substance to it,
Have you got anything on the game? Have you got anything on the game to share? Anything?
I already broke down the game. I already broke down the game as simply as I could. How many games have Liverpool played now already? 11. I think that's 6 or 7 games where you've conceded 2+ goals. The writing has been on the wall from jump. We spoke about this in game week 1. We spoke about this in game week 2. You can't be conceding 2 goals a game and expecting you're going to get results. Friend of the pod, Killer Kens, what did he say? He said the defense is not the problem. How can Slot, Premier League winner, have the same points and be on the same goal difference as Phase 2 Amarin Ball? Them man finished 15th last year. What does that say? What does that tell you? Come on, man. Let's not do this, man. Let's not do this.
All right. Anyways, Mace, have you got anything of substance to say about the game?
Well, of course, we all have things of substance, but of course, Toast is within his rights to give his rant, because you've just been chatting a lot of shit, bro. Especially for someone with a team who's not doing well. So now let Toast give his, let things out of his chest. Anyways,
we've got an episode to
one of the issues which I found has been very reoccurrent with Liverpool is just the fact that teams are outrunning them, and that's one of, I think, the issue with why you lost that game. It reminded me of the Brentford game. City was just outrunning you guys, and the question is, for me, I was just looking at your midfield. What's going on? Grav looked like he was basically recovering from the flu. He wasn't doing nothing. McAllister he hasn't been doing much since the season. The only player who's actually stepped up for Liverpool is Szoboszlai. You understand? So for me, I think there's an issue there. Liverpool need to run more. You need to outwork your other team, the other teams you're playing. There's a major issue in the amount of physical input you put in games. It's not good enough.
I definitely agree with that, and I think in the 2 games prior to this, we showed that, right? But again, how I started the podcast, when I saw the same team again for the 3rd time in a row, that was a red flag to me, because I had a feeling we will have that type of game that we've been talking about. We will get outrun, players will be tired, we will get injured. I kind of foresaw that, but I didn't know it was going to be this bad. Definitely not. But
I mean, if you look at the midfield of Silva,
freshen up the team.
Yeah, if you look at a midfield of like Silva, Foden, Cherki, and Doku, I wouldn't say they are like runners. I mean, Doku is a dribbler, but these guys work hard. You understand? So you should for me, Liverpool's success in recent years always stems from having an industrial midfield. You're not outworking them. Whenever you've done well, your midfield has been industrious, and that's an issue. And let's touch on Wirtz, and it's interesting because I'm not sure whether you guys saw what Wenger, because Wenger was on.
Hold on, before we go on Wirtz, let me go to the chat and then we'll drop on. We'll touch on Wirtz. Shout out to the chat, John P again. They're loving the Toast monologue. Yes, Toast. Pavis asking Strizza, where did you get your cam from? 1997. I think it's an internet thing. I think it's an internet thing over at Strizza's. President saying Max B is free. Toast monologue to open the live stream. Happy Sunday. Toast made sure he had his Weetabix before the stream.
Come on, man.
Drew, man, peak time. My Liverpool friends would open my messages. Might have to start sending letters to them. Ibrahim Kuntante, fraud watch, spotlights on full beam.
Hey, we're gonna get on Konate today, innit? Don't worry about that.
Yeah, Konate.
Flow words. All right, let's go flow words first.
You're gonna need to drop that guy, because I think I told the guy privately you have to play him, but he's not contributing anything substantial to that team. And I was talking about Wenger, because Wenger said, which was quite weird that he knew this, but apparently when Liverpool was speaking to Wirtz says, I'm only coming to Liverpool if I play a 10. And that's basically the guarantee like Liverpool gave Wirtz, according to Wenger. And now playing as a 10 is not working. So Slot is putting him in wide. So I think he needs to be dropped. Play Gakpo. Go back to what you were used to and see if he can start winning more games. He isn't contributing much. I'm not sure what Strizza thinks. I'm not sure what Charles thinks. But I think y'all need to drop Wirtz.
Let them talk. Then I'll drop my 2 pence.
I hear what you're saying completely. Like, you look like a pitney out there today, man. Like, it was boys against men. He's just getting fling about, just no strength. He's always on the floor. He reminds me of Javi Simmons in a way, man. They need to go hit gym because in terms of the physicality of the Premier League, it's different to the Bundesliga, right? There's going to be an adaptation period. However, I thought he played well on Wednesday night against Real Madrid. So I feel as though, like, confidence-wise, if he was to be dropped for this game after playing well on Wednesday night, what would that have done for him? So I think Slot was in a predicament where maybe he didn't anticipate him to perform so well against Madrid and thought, well, I can't really drop him now. But I do agree with what you're saying, Shalom, in terms of, like, in general, he's been poor, man. Like, when you talk about 115 M's or whatever, you want man to come in and hit the ground running. And he just looks off it, man. He's offering nothing on the ball. I know people will throw stats in there about chance creation and expected assists and all that. But right now, with 11 games, he's got no goals, got no assists in the Premier League anyway. Yeah. And he don't look like getting them anytime soon. So it's a problem, man. But when you pay that kind of money for a player, you kind of like, you're in a predicament where you kind of have to play him. So, yeah. I do think he's got ability, though. I just think it's time. Like, I think he needs time. Like, but yeah, right now, man, I think it's, for now, probably best to get him out of the team. And like I said earlier, I think Gakpo is, we talk about Salah as well, but like Gakpo is your best performing attacker right now. Yeah. But he's on the bench today. I don't get it. Salah looks awful as well, man. Salah.
Hold on. Let's. Well, we'll touch on those. Let's stick on Xavi. Xavi. What's his name?
Wirtz.
Flo Wirtz. We'll touch on Xavi too. You know, you might think.
The first one is a funny one. Is obviously we got a chance to obviously see him at the Euros a couple of years ago. Obviously, we've been seeing what he's been doing in Europe, and obviously you signed him for 100 M's now. It's a combination of things. Obviously, he's struggling right now. It just looks like he's running around doing suicides, similar to what Strizza said. It feels like men v boys a lot of the time, but I also think that this is still a Premier League winning side, only a couple of months removed. So for me, I expect Slot to be playing him in his natural position and get the best out of him. And for me, that's why I put this on Slot, because Gakpo is a better left winger than Florian Wirtz, in my opinion. I think Gakpo, the proof's in the pudding in terms of what he's proved in the Liverpool team. So to have a situation where maybe Gakpo is getting dropped, playing a Wirtz that has yet to contribute with goals and assists, and I know we can talk about but he's doing this, he's doing other stuff, all of the intangible stuff. That's all well and good, but nobody looks at the intangibles when you spend 100+ million on a player. You have to. Fine, and I fully understand that he had a slow start to the season and he got dropped, but essentially telling me that your 100 million signing, you're now putting him out to the left and then accommodating Szoboszlai at 10. But you had Szoboszlai last season, so why did you buy Wirtz if you're just going to play Szoboszlai anyway? And did you buy Wirtz as a left winger? No, I don't think you did. So for me, I want to see Slot finally start coaching and getting the best out of him. Liverpool need to learn how to play through this guy. Because at the end of the day, last season you played through Salah, and at the moment, Salah's out. He's out of sorts right now. He's out of form. So at the end of the day, if you're going to play this guy, don't go and play him in on the left wing. Can he play left wing? Fine. I'm not saying he can't, but I'm just saying that right now in this Liverpool team, Ekitike in the 10. Gakpo should be playing on the left since you sold Luis Diaz, and you need to figure out how Wirtz can be impactful in his best position. Playing him at white.
Can I ask you a question? Before I drop my 2 pence?
Go on.
Wherever you've seen Wirtz play this season in the 10 on the left, where in your opinion has he played it best? Where has he shown more of himself?
I've probably seen him play more in the 10, and he's probably had more reps in the 10. So I'd probably say in the 10.
You've seen him. Obviously,
he's
the
not
sample size is
small.
But you think better at the 10 than on the left for you?
I'll be real. I don't feel as if he's been particularly effective in either position. What I'm saying
what I'm saying. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if he's struggling on the left to be impactful, struggling on the 10 to be impactful. I would default to his best position where he probably feels most comfortable, where he probably has, the best understanding of the game on the ball in a certain position. And for me, that would be in the middle of the park. So for me, it's almost like, let me not even say it's like a failed project, but if you're kind of almost sending him out to the left when you signed him to be the guy that's going to pull the strings as a 10, it's a problem so early on in his Liverpool career. You need to let him play 10 and let him figure it out.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I agree with everything that you guys said. Where I am right now with words, still similar to last week. Again, I'm gonna judge him properly season 2, like I do with most players. Season 2, I will judge him properly. However, in the Premier League, in terms of words starting, he's done. For me, he's done. In the Champions League, I can entertain him being a starter in the Champions League, and because in the Champions League, that's where he has shown glimpses of the words that we've done. He's even got an assist over there, right? That's his only goal contribution in competitive football at Liverpool. But in the league, for me, I agree, he needs to be dropped, and he lost his shirt for me right now. I don't know if that's the same with Slot or the team or whatever, but for me personally, he's lost his shirt. But the thing is, the Gakpo situation. Yes, Gakpo is the player that has the most goals and assists, combined in our team. Yes. But the off-the-ball stuff with Gakpo, and I think that's the reason why he's been dropped in the last 2 games. That's the reason, because Gakpo doesn't press as well as, let's say, a Wirtz on that position. But even better, let's say a Luis Diaz last season. And that's why I don't it's what do you call it? The lesser two, not it's not even that. It's too, bro. It's not. I don't know, man. Like Gakpo is not even gingering me in that position either.
But offensively, Gakpo is more.
No. Offensively, no. He's more dangerous. But even that,
Drew, this is the point. Like
no. But like, even that is also like, he's got the numbers wise. Fair enough, he's done it. But even today, that cross from Bradley, open goal.
Yeah, he should have hit the target for sure.
Bro, hit the target, my brother. And he's the last couple of games, he's been like that. Like he's missed the United game as well.
Do you think Wirtz scores that? Do you think Wirtz scores that chance?
No. I think Ekitike would have scored that because he replaced him.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I think.
Andy, I mean, the way. Sorry, Mace. For me, I think it's quite simple, and the way I see it, like, Wirtz right now, fine. You might say he's slightly better on the ball than Gakpo, fine. But he's not giving you off the ball. Sorry, but he's not giving you any output. And fine, you're saying that Gakpo is kind of struggling with his off the ball stuff. But like you've just said, he is producing output. So in a moment where you're not super prolific going forward and you can't defend, play the best player in the best position, who in my opinion is Gakpo, because right now I personally think Gakpo would still give you more. What he won't give you maybe off the ball, he's going to make up in the goal returns. Until Wirtz can prove that he can contribute from the goal returns perspective, I don't think it's enough for him to be doing off the ball stuff. I personally don't.
No. But the thing is, I'm not even like gonna argue with that. It's totally fair, and I think that's all on Wirtz himself. I think people can say like Slot is misprofiling him or Slot is not, but Slot has played him in the 10 numerous times, bro. And like you man said, he's been getting bullied. He's not really asserting himself, because why is someone who's of the same age as you, Ekitike, and I know Ekitike is taller and probably stronger, but why is he asserting himself a lot more than you are? So we also have to question the player, right? We can't all blame it on Slot when Slot is putting him in the position that he supposedly wanted to play. So for me, like I said, in terms of Wirtz, he should be dropped in the Premier League. Champions League, I would like to play him because he gets a lot more space. It's European football. He's a lot more used to that. Play him there. But in the Premier League, he lost his shirt for me, man. Let me go to the chat. Who will we discuss next? Konate, Salah, who was it next?
Konate, Salah.
Konate, man.
All right, cool.
Salah.
Let me go to the chat. Kenneth saying, no, hold on. Who was that? Pep saying, yes, he's like Xavi and Bruno. They can't run with the ball too much. Zero attackers will be good at City. Kenneth saying, Gakpo is Liverpool's most threatening attacker. People wanting him to start. Gerald saying, Liverpool just have to stay on that hill with him at 10. Chopping and changing his position won't help him. Yeah. Shah saying, Wirtz is a little man. Also, Liverpool get beaten in the midfield too easily this season. Mac 10 has fallen off a cliff. What's the best 8 in the league last season? Ken is saying Worst is never in positions to miss the chances Gakpo is in. Worst never looks threatening to score. Definitely agree with that. Okay, last 2 things on Liverpool then before we move on. Konate. You guys want to discuss Konate? What about him?
Mace, leave this one off, man. Because anytime I speak on Konate, I'm not being objective. And I'm making it a Saliba debate. Like
let's talk because I actually want to hear this. I want to hear this in regards to this game. Let's hear this. What about him?
Toast, you lead it off, bro.
Were you satisfied? Were you satisfied with his defending for the first goal?
It was weak, but it was unlucky because he headed it backwards and.
Okay, but that header backwards. Do you think he got sufficient contact? Do you think he got sufficient contact? That's what I said. It was weak. Listen to me, bro. It basically slid off the top of his head. It basically slid off the top of his head.
It was weak, but it was unlucky. What else?
Sounds like excuses again, my brother.
But both of our centre backs, both of our centre backs were poor today. Like, I don't think they had any blocks. They didn't make a single clear-cut tackle. Van Dijk as well. I think Konate was even slightly better than Van Dijk today. I think Van Dijk was even more disgraceful for the Nico Gonzalez goal than Konate was for the first goal, in my opinion. But I know you guys always want to stick it on Konate, this and that. But look at the other things. Which goal was worse to concede? Which defender was worse? Was at fault more? Konate for Haaland's goal or Van Dijk for Nico Gonzalez goal?
Both.
Bro, we're not just talking.
Who was more, bro? No, not both.
No. Fine.
One is unlucky, and the other one was just what? Why are you?
Van Dijk could have done better for that goal, absolutely. But we're not talking about just today's game. This is my point. Like, read the room, bro. Read what everyone. Because if you don't want to take it from me, take it from Mitch in Barbar group chat. Take it from every other person who has been talking about Konate.
Toast and Mitch. I need to take from you guys.
Take it from Prez in Barbar group chat, who has no chips on the table in terms of the Konate chat. Because apparently when I speak on Konate, it's just agenda. But now I'm actually hearing other people coming out and saying, Konate is this, Konate is that. Like, brother, the guy has not been good this year. Like, let's keep it a buck. He's not been good this year. He's not been good for a long time. And it would have been a blessing if you had signed Mark Gay. And what did I say a couple of weeks ago on pod? It's a personnel issue, my brother. He's not playing to the level that he needs to play at. And your defense is going to be like this until you make a signing. Like, I can't express it any more than that.
I want to ask the question, Toast, and this goes to the Liverpool fans, especially Drew. And let me know if it's a hindsight thing or if it's too early to give your position.
With you, most definitely.
Possibly. But my question is, have Liverpool spent wisely in regards to the renewal of Salah's contract, VVD's contract, obviously Vert's, Frimpong, Kirkers? Do you reckon you guys have spent money wisely?
I still don't regret none of the signings. The only thing that I regret is Guehi. Leaving Guehi too late. That's the only thing I regret. But in terms of the incomings, maybe a left winger to replace Diaz.
That's and a right for Salah, because I think Salah probably needed to been hooked off. You saw how what's his name got introduced? What's his name? The Brazilian. I'm forgetting his name.
Savinho.
Because the Savinho, how Pep brought Savinho just to switch up the game. I was expecting Liverpool to do that as well. So I was thinking perhaps you can see Salah. It's not Salah's game today, and hasn't been for a while. VVD too. So I'm thinking, surely you must have someone in the bench to just switch things up. So hence why my question: do you reckon you guys have spent wisely?
Yeah, no, bro. But the thing is, like I said, I think rest in peace, Jota. I think that has kind of changed the course of our transfer window, because I think Jota would have been our second striker, and then Isak would have been our main striker, and then Ekitike wouldn't have been signed. And maybe we would have signed a left winger or a right winger. We don't know. You know what I mean? So I hear you, and I've had those concerns as well. And I do think that will be addressed either in January or summer, that we will get a right winger. But then my thing is this: we also need, like Toast is saying, a centre back. So
Brother,
there, I
like-
do see. I do see where people are coming from with like, have you spent your money wisely? Have you spent it across your like the squad planning? Have you done that in a proper manner? I get that, you know what I mean? But it's a bit
My
hindsight
issue-
because none of us expected Liverpool to play like this at the start, even when the transfer window finished, right? We didn't expect this. We didn't expect this. No one did. So it's a bit of hindsight, but then obviously hindsight is beautiful. It's 2020 in this case, because now you see how we're struggling.
You know what I kept on saying about like Salah when me and I think not Mitch and Tabs were talking about Salah. When is he gonna, when is he gonna stop for Salah? And it's been like 2 years ongoing from like it kept on going. Surely, if I'm a Liverpool director, I'm thinking that as well. Like I need to find his replacement soon. You guys just longed it and you renewed.
The only thing that I regret, and this is what Slot was saying, if Salah goes to AFCON, if Salah gets injured, we have Frimpong that can play his right wing. Frimpong is the only signing that I regret, that I did not want, and I don't think that's good enough to play for a top 16. So there we have it. If they thought that Frimpong would have been the right winger, the understudy of Salah, they're grossly mistaken. And then that's their mistake. Yeah. So yeah, Frimpong is the only one I regret. Yeah.
Isak money though, could you have used it to buy someone else? I think it will all hinge on that
Not
Isak
for me.
money.
Let's see how his spell at Liverpool ends up. But for now, bring him. Let me go to the chat.
Hey, but
go on.
I was going to say, Drew, at the time, yeah, and I remember Kenna tried to clap back at me in the chat. I said, Isak Ekitike won't work. Can't have two strikers of that ilk. I know Isak is better, yeah, at one club. It never works. And he was telling me about, back in the day, clubs had 4 strikers and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, but obviously the levels are different. Team played 4-4-2. That won't work. Like, I think Isak was a waste of money, personally. You had Ekitike there. Go get a left winger. Yeah, get a centre back. Your squad looks better. But instead, you've got 2 very good strikers now. And Isak's now back fit, not performing well. Ekitike is doing well. Who'd you play? Okay, you know what? We're going to put Ekitike left to accommodate Isak. But then you're dropping Gakpo, who's your best attacker. The whole thing is just lacking balance. And like Mac 10, as Shaz said in the chat, Mac 10 has been miles off it, yeah? But he's playing. He shouldn't be playing.
Correct.
Yeah. Definitely agree with that. And I put that on Slot. In regards to the Ekitike Isak thing, I'm gonna disagree. Like, you can't tell me that. Again, Ekitike for me was only signed because of Jota. If Jota didn't happen, I don't think we would have gone for Ekitike. You can't tell me that Isak that's available, that wants to come to your club.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that we should pass on that opportunity. You know what I mean? You can't tell me that. And another thing, hold on, Strizza. But now it's proving my point even more, because Ekitike is still a young cat. He hasn't scored in 7 Premier League games, bro. That's what people are thinking. Ekitike is moving mountains. He hasn't scored in 7, and it's showing his age. It's showing he's not there yet. For how good he is, for how good people think he will be, he's not there yet. So it makes sense to have Ekitike to be an understudy of Isak. But now Ekitike has forced to be the main man because of Isak's injury problems. But he hasn't bagged, bro. Or assisted in 7 games. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? So
I hear what you're saying, but we're talking about whether it's a waste of money, not whether like it.
But that we won't know yet. We won't know that yet, right?
You have a striker over a level, yeah. You know that other players can maybe do a job into, like, Luis Diaz last season played striker many times for you last season, yeah. Obviously, if you've gone and got a left winger like a Semenyo, again, we could be saying,
who's going to do the job,
bro? But we know
died. Who's going to do the job? So you want us to have one senior striker that's crippled. So Isak is now out.
But like, what I'm saying, you could have man, like, let's say again, I don't want to do the hindsight thing, but there were links with Semenyo in the summer. Like, we know he signed a new deal, but a few clubs were sniffing about, telling man can't do a job up front if needed in certain games. Do you know what I mean? You've got an actual left winger replacement for Luis Diaz. Yeah, Gakpo can do a job up front. Like, you've got players that they're not out and out strikers, but can do a job. Now you've got 2 actual number 9s, and you've got a Wirtz who ain't really, he's playing 10, playing left. You've got Salah who's stinking it up. The whole thing is just lacking. But for me, anyway, it's just lacking balance. Your team is lacking balance.
And that's on the gaffer to fix that, man. Let me go to the chat before we move on. Gerald saying, to be fair, Konate wasn't any poor than the rest of the backline today. It was a collective L. Definitely agree. Like every time singling out Konate to me, it's just like it's very forced in my opinion. Preza saying his heads is in Madrid. Gay, he would definitely be starting ahead of Konate by now. VVD looking like a twerking ponytail. It's peak. Keda say if we didn't sign VVD and Salah on, we should have had to spend another 200 million. Why doesn't Chiesa get any more game time? Ask Arnold Slot again. In Slot, we trust, but I'm asking questions now, man, for sure. Kenna saying again, there's a reason why most people had LFC as favorites. This is defo hindsight. Gay, is the glaring issue in the squad. Everything is calm. Saka has 3 goals and 0 assists. Salah 4 goals and 2 assists. You man are gonna renew Saka, right? I don't know what Kenna's point is. But he'll touch on that later. Strizza, would you rather have signed someone like Strand Larsen and have Ekitike and Strand Larsen? Who would have been our 2 strikers? That's a question to you, Striz. Like someone like a Strand Larsen and Ekitike.
Yeah, I think something like that makes more sense, man. I'll be honest with you. Just a tier below. And also, like, I just think, look, Drew, what you said is correct, yeah, in terms of, like, Ekitike recently hasn't been scoring goals and stuff like that, right? But I just think it's difficult to have 2 men of a similar caliber. Isak is better just on the bench. It's just hard. It's hard to do, man.
I want to quickly chime in on that quickly, man.
Go on.
Like,
well, quickly.
I mean, I have to like respectfully disagree as well, Striz. For me, it's a very simple one. Like, he was probably one of the most informed strikers in the world in the summer. If he wants to come to you and he's available, you break the bank to get him. I personally don't. The only aspect of that I agree with you is I wouldn't say it's a misallocation of the resources or the funds, but I definitely do feel as if Liverpool shouldn't have been leaving it to the last day of the transfer window to try and sign Mark Gay, because I'm not saying Arsenal are the bar, but the way Arteta has built the squad, Timber obviously plays right back, Calafiori plays left back. They can both play centre back if need be. We obviously have our starting centre backs in Gabriel and Saliba. Ben White plays right back but can play centre back. He can be left back but can play centre back. Mosquera, we bought him as basically a third centre back. You bought Kirkes, he's been really disappointing. He can't play centre back. You bought Frimpong, really attacking fullback. We're yet to see the best out of him. Can't play centre back. Bradley, he's kind of struggled a little bit this year. Can't play centre back. So you guys have no reinforcements. You basically have your 2 centre backs right now. VVD, arguably one of the best in the world. Konate, in my opinion, has struggled for the majority of the season. Andy's going to disagree with that. Fine. And then Joe Gomez, who I think was on the bench today, who I don't know if it's a case of maybe he's not 100% fit or he's not reliable at this point or he's kind of past his best. But I've not yet to see him. But at the end of the day, if Mark Gray was in the Liverpool squad, Konate will be holding bench. And that is a simple fact. And because Slot does not have the options, he has to ride through it. And we're seeing it every week. You can see.
Yeah, but I think.
And I'm not putting that all on Konate. I'm just saying that he's not at his Liverpool peak, and he's not been at his Liverpool peak for a long time.
No. But I agree with that. I can hold my hand up and say that's fair. I agree with that. If there was even the Donny that got injured, I got the ACL, the 18-year-old that we signed. I forgot his name, the Italian. I think even with him, like if he was fit, he would have got a few games as well to see. Yeah, Leone, yeah. He would have got a few games, but it's probably that is what you're saying. There's no options for Slot to drop Konate, so he has to firm it. Yeah, Gerald is saying, I'm kind of hear what Striz is saying though. Buying Ekitike is fine, but for that much money for him to be back up for Isak and Gakpo, it's a bit mad. Ken is saying, but that's called depth. If Haaland gets injured, they are screwed. Fran Larsen was 60 million, by the way. I agree, man. Let's round it up, man. Liverpool at the moment at 8th place, 6 wins, 0 draws, 5 losses, 18 goals scored, 17 against, and that's 1 goal difference. So that's 1 win in 5 games.
Wait, man. You say you're +1?
+1.
Crazy,
I can't remember the last time Liverpool was +1.
And the most important
I actually can't remember the last time.
Most important point underneath United. That's the most important point.
That's fine, man. We won't stay there, man. That's fine. United is, you know what I mean, but I've not seen this for a.
That's a +1.
Yeah, +1 is crazy. Like I've never seen that. I haven't seen that in a long time. Like that's crazy, man. But yeah, we need to fix that very soon. The one thing that I'm a bit optimistic about is that our run of games after the international break, it's against teams on paper that we should do job against. You know what I mean? Like it's like Leeds, like them kind of teams. It's like those type of, but obviously with our current form and the way we're playing, we can't even be confident of beating this team or getting like 3 points against these teams. You know what I mean? But
I don't
again,
think you
we
can,
have
bro,
to keep the hope.
because against Palace, you were shocked at the performance. Against Brentford, you were shocked at the performance. So for me, Liverpool are not in a place to take any game for granted. Do you know what I mean? You guys need to go and reset, and something needs to change, innit? But for me, I would not be looking ahead. I'd be looking one fixture at a time, innit, man? I would not be looking at the next.
Yeah, no. But obviously,
you're not in form. You're like game to game, you're quite inconsistent right now. You had a really good result midweek, and then you had a really bad result today. But in my opinion, Real and City are two very similar levels of teams, and you had a really good performance where you pretty much dominated Real Madrid from start to finish, and then you came to City and you shit the bed. So, do you know what I mean? I just feel as if Liverpool fans, you guys really need to have a reality check about what is going on. Like, I noticed that you're the only team in the league that have not actually drawn a game. You're either winning or you're losing. Like, you need to get points on the board. You need to, do you know what I mean? Your performances overall have either been really good or not good enough to even get points. Like so what are we doing here?
Once more, the facts. On paper, we've got easy. On paper, we've got easy games after the international break.
But the thing is, Brentford was an easy game going into it. And Igor Thiago, Django, Ouattara.
Listen to what I'm saying,
You struggled against Burnley as well. Lest we forget.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, man.
Listen to what I'm saying, Toast, bro.
Liverpool fans, have at it.
The next couple of games, obviously, like you told me, Toast, you know, the Sunderland. I told you Sunderland, you might drop points there. You were laughing at me. The next couple of games on paper, because on paper you told me to. Sunderland are easy, right? And you drop points.
When did I laugh at you on last pod?
Mm-hmm. You smirked.
This guy's just making stuff up.
You smirked.
You smirked. So our brother can't even smirk now.
My thing is this. I get what you're saying, and I'm totally not, disillusioned by the fact that we're not in form and that obviously we've lost against teams of that similar ilk. But what I'm saying is, as Liverpool, as the club that we are, the players that we have, we should be beating this team, beating these teams that we have to, because we're losing sight of top four. I'm not even looking at title or whatever, but we're losing sight of the Spurs, the United. Who else is in front of us? Villa's in front of us right now. All on goal difference, but they're in front of us. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. Preston's asking, is it still a title race in for Liverpool? Focus on getting champs for next season. I think for now we need to focus on getting champs. We can't talk about title race now at this point. Let's move on though, man. Let's move on to the league leaders. Arsenal, the mighty Gooners, the red and white from North London, Islington's finest. You get me? After 8 games, what was it? 8 games, no goals conceded, was it? And 1 shot on target, 1 shot conceded was like a deflection from Nketiah or something. And then, Stadium of Light against the promoted team, but a team that's doing really well. They beat Chelsea the week before. Very organized, very physical team. They haven't lost at home yet. And obviously, so it was a very intriguing tie. I looked at this game prior and I was like, I can see Arsenal fumbling the bag here. Because again, people will say I can't say much because I'm a Liverpool fan. But again, I don't think Arsenal's been particularly brilliant as well. And a result like this was coming, in my opinion. A performance like this, let me say that, a performance like this, matching with the result was coming for Arsenal, in my opinion. So yeah, the game ended up being 2-2, which I'm doing hindsight within hindsight, which I was surprised about because Arsenal was leading 2-1 with minutes to go. And they still ended up, drawing the game, man. So before I elaborate further, Mace, chat to me, man.
Where do I begin? Difficult game overall. You could see 5-10 minutes into the game what Sunderland's game plan was. And they were just a physical team. They were up for it, and it just got me. During the chat, you can see I was on edge because I was just worried what they were bringing. We didn't play well first half. not at all. Very good goal from Dan Ballard, ex-Arsenal player. Good goal. Second
How
half.
did he get his goal? How did it happen? Talk me through the goal.
Rice messed up. But the thing you have to understand is the way Sunderland were playing was quite brilliant, because every set piece they had, they just sent everyone up. It was their tactics. Just send everyone off, win the first ball, do whatever you can with the second. Rice didn't win his first ball, didn't win his second. He slept. But just like Declan Rice is, he always makes up for his mistake. And that's how we got our equalizer. Rice pressed, Rice won the ball, Rice gave it to Eze, I believe. I think Eze gave it to Saka. Or
that was a dilly-dally from them, man. I'm sorry, man. Yes, Rice won the ball and he did well. No. Hold on. Yes, Rice done well, but Shalom, let me talk to you, because Toast is not going to be honest. Let me talk to you. Do you think that was a dilly-dally from them? Like, why was? Because it happened moments before Geertruida, where he lost the ball, but obviously he didn't capitalize. And then moments later, they were trying to. He had mad space to hit it forward or hit it sideways. I mean, what was he doing?
It's not dilly-dally, I would say. I mean, I see why you call it dilly-dally. It's not how they play football. It's not their skill set. They're not passers. They don't pass out from behind, right?
So why did they do it? That's my question.
That's why I don't know. But if you try to do that against Arsenal in the way we press, we will beat you. We will make you pay. But in football, you're not just going to lump it anytime you get a chance. You're going to try and progress. But, we play against a good team like Arsenal, we will punish you. Second half was probably the best I've seen Arsenal play in that 30, 25 minutes, especially against a low block. We just took control of the game. We kept the ball moving. We came with intent, and we scored the equalizer. And also, obviously, Trossard scored that marvelous goal, 2-1. But what happened is Sunderland didn't give up. They kept on going. And I think Arteta should have made changes. He should have made changes.
Do you put this draw on Arteta?
No. I think if he looks at his bench, he sees Ethan, he sees Max. He doesn't trust them to play them in this type of games. That's what it is. And so he just thinks, I'll go with the guys I have on the pitch and I'll make one change in Mosquera. And for what it's worth, I think this game was the first game where I saw our defense being tested, because they did test our defense. Ballard in the equalizer beat two men in the air. I mean, Ballard was the man of the match. And obviously, Robbie scoring that amazing overhead kick. It is what it is. I think 2-2 was a fair point.
Robbie from Ends. Now, he represented me. He represented me and my kin well. Now, Toast. Toast, take it away, man. Take it away from your point of view. Take it away.
Hey, man. People are just funny. Like, I can see in the chat, people are saying Rice Glaze. I can see in the Varbar group chat, Rice Glaze. Like, it's almost as if people are upset that Arsenal fans were actually right about Rice. And so any little thing that he does wrong, they're going to nitpick. People are acting like I've not criticized Declan Rice before. Anyway, he got dunked on for that goal. He did not win the first header, did not win the ball when it bounced back down. And Ballard beat him in it. And at the end of the day, for all the good stuff that he does, he has to take responsibility for that goal. He has to take probably the majority of responsibility for that goal. I completely agree. But again, Drew, like, is it that difficult to just say that a player did? Is it that difficult to say that a player did something good? You're saying that he was dilly-dallying. Forget the dilly-dallying. Football is about being proactive. Football is about being an opportunist. Rice could have held off him. Rice decided to press him, poke it away from him. That led to an Arsenal attack, and that led to an Arsenal goal. Give Rice the credit, and we move on with the rest of the game. There's no need for why is there always
I'm adding further context, bro. I'm adding further context.
Because there was no disclaimer when he made a mistake. You didn't give him any kind of benefit of the doubt when he made a mistake. So when he does something good, why is there a disclaimer?
He lost the first ball and the second ball.
So for me, we don't need to do that. Let's talk about the game. Like I said in Varbar group chat, Sunderland were absolutely good value for the draw. I hate seeing my team concede that many shots on target. I hate seeing my team concede that many shots on goal, period. And yeah, maybe Arsenal fans have been blessed a little bit in the last couple of months with the lack of shots on targets that other teams have kind of presented in our goal mouth. But at the end of the day, we have to understand, and I say this every single week, the Prem will humble you. You have to respect the sanctity that is the 20 Premier League teams. And we finally met our match. Sunderland were unbeaten at home, and with good reason. They really, really gave us a game. We weren't at the races in the first half. They deserved to take the lead. And for all of the set piece FC, come out, let's see what you're going to do. I hope the 2 goals that we scored from open play were satisfactory. Saka's not scored from open play since 2024. I hope the goal that he scored on his right foot was satisfactory. Arsenal don't score goals apart from corners, apart from free kicks, apart from throw-ins. I hope the goal that the pass that Zubimendi made to Trossard and the little shimmy he done, top bins, I hope that was satisfactory to you. We went 2-1 up, and I fully expected Arsenal to take care of that game and see that game out. And you know what? I give Sunderland credit, because even them, like, they wanted to kind of get a result for their fans. Like, there's certain clubs in the Prem, Palace being one of them, Newcastle being one of them, Sunderland being one of them. You go to their stadium and you just feel this connection for 90 minutes between the fans and the players, and that almost kind of leads to them scoring late goals sometimes. And this was just one of those situations. Gabriel probably spent too much time getting in a tussle with Robbie than actually maybe just trying to attack the ball a bit better and defending. I understand that Robbie's a strong dude. I completely understand that, but I wasn't particularly happy with how Gabriel defended that goal. I wasn't particularly happy with how David Raya done a Superman dive towards the ball. Maybe sometimes trust your defense and stay on the line, because at the end of the day, like, it was a very athletic overhead kick or half volley, or I don't even know how to describe that goal. But I personally would have liked to have seen Gabriel Raya trust his defenders rather than coming out, and ended up being in no man's land, unfortunately. Sunderland deserved to get the point. I don't think we were at our particular best. We've gone however many games with clean sheets, and then you can see 2 goals. If you can see 2 goals in the Prem, particularly away from home, you're more than likely going to drop points. So we have to accept that. It's frustrating seeing how other results played out this weekend. It was 2 points drop because some of our ops have gained on us, but it's a learning experience. I did like a lot of the posts that the Arsenal player said on social media, in terms of, we take the point, we go on international break, we regroup, and we go again. We know that it was 2 points dropped on the board, but that's just life in the Prem sometimes, isn't it? We have to accept that. We weren't at our best, and that's okay. But I'm very, very happy that we did enough to win the game, and unfortunately just didn't. So I'm hoping this set piece FC, I want the set piece kings to now come out when they'll go down. I hope that shit can just die, because it's boring. Like, the team can score in a multitude of ways. So all of this stuff is just cap. Anyway, final point. Arteta, I was a little bit disappointed with him. I completely understand that we're lacking a lot of attackers. Odegaard's out. Gabriel Jesus is out. I understand that. Obviously, Havertz has not played all season. But you have to trust your bench. And I just feel as if in this moment in time, why is young Ethan Manieri travelling from London, North London to Sunderland and not getting any minutes in that sort of game? You need to trust your bench. So for me, that was probably, if I'm being overly critical, that's where I saw a frustration, because I saw so many players gassed by the end of that game. And at the end of the day, if you're going to bring them up to Sunderland, trust your bench, you know what I mean? And make a few changes and give your team a chance. That's all I got to say, man.
Strizza, anything on your neighbours, on thy neighbours?
I could come on on a hate. It was nice to watch Arsenal drop points, man. It's been a long time. Successful hate watch, of course, especially after, earlier on in the day with Tottenham's result. But being objective, I think it's a hard place to go, man. Like you said, they ain't lost a game there all season. They're not like the team people thought they were necessarily going to be coming up for the championship, winning the playoff final last year, man. That's a tough place. And them Geordie, man, they're loud and they're a physical team. And you could see, obviously, it was a tough game. So it may feel like 2 points dropped, but coming into the season, it could be a point gained, because I think a lot of teams are going to struggle to go there and get a win. So, look, as I said, it's always nice to see them lose or drop points, but it's still a good point, I think, for Arsenal in the grand scheme of things, which is annoying. But yeah, man, they're looking good, and it's just jarring. I can't really say too much bad about them in a minute, which is annoying.
All right, let me go to the chat. Ken is saying, no, Gerald is saying, Sunderland, I forgive you for beating us. It's very shameless, Gerald. Ken is saying, for me, one of Arsenal's best open play performances, created so many good chances after being 1-0 down and should have won it. I definitely agree with that. I wanted to touch on Tos's, your point about, people condemning you guys of your open play chances. Yeah, I think, however, this needs to be consistent. And I think you can definitely agree with that. We're like, okay, the chips were down. The set pieces weren't really hitting like that. You guys started to play and it worked. You know what I mean? Especially in the second half where you created lots of chances. You got behind them. There was one point that you penned them so much back and you were getting in behind. They didn't even know what to do. You know what I mean? But it was just like getting the finish. And I must say, Bukayo Saka's goal, hitting it, touch, right foot, near post, goal, brilliant. That's world class, bro. That's you can't teach that. Know what I mean? So I definitely agree with Kenna there, man. I think that's been one of that second half been one of your best performances the whole season. Because obviously I prefaced this with I've not really been super impressed with Arsenal, but obviously you go 2-1 up, everyone is thinking, they've done it again. They're nicking it. It's not even nicking it. You was well deserved for that 2-1. Great goal from Trossard, but then obviously Robbie with the equalizer. Gerald saying the rise glaze is where I mute. Kenna saying again, Arsenal have not won an away game this season when they have not scored a set piece. Any thoughts on that? Stop this Arsenal team with set pieces and you will enjoy.
I don't remember playing away at Etihad this season, Kenna, but please enlighten me.
Oh man, people would anyway. Opticens, I can't be shocked in it, man. People will just pick.
But what's your thought?
Pick up another thing and conflate the two, and just come up with whatever they like.
What's your thoughts on that? Comment is that?
I know it's early in the Stadium of Light. Kind of, Kala should have scored from that last minute header, and we win it. I'm just kind of. Zubimendi
hit the bar. Ballard made the best block I've seen this season. Back post. So it's on another day we win that game. Do you know what I mean? Credit to Sunderland. So I'm not even gonna.
Is that excuses I'm hearing?
I'm talking directly to the comment about we needed to score the third goal with a set piece. That's the only way we can win a game away from home. That's already capped. I mean, it's just silly. You're just conflating two stuff that don't even make no sense. But agenda if it run in it, man. I mean, I'm not shocked.
Also, I don't
just held free at the Etihad. I'm not shocked.
Toast.
We're talking about Arsenal now. Relax.
I don't think.
I know you're. I mean,
I don't think we meet teams like Sunderland. I don't think we play them game in, game out. So that Sunderland test different.
And you still gotta go G-Tech, my guy. You still gotta go G-Tech.
You'll be
fine, yeah. Book it.
We'll be there.
You'll be fine. Is that what you're saying? You'll be fine.
I didn't say we'll be fine. I said we will be there, bro.
May said that.
I said.
We'll be fine. Under the lights. If it's 3 p.m, maybe, but under the lights. When them West London man are thrust. Huh? When they've done all bar one all afternoon. They come into the G-Tech. Say less. All right, man. Let's move on, man. Strizza. So we could touch on Spurs and United at the same time. My two favorite clubs, man. Currently above Liverpool at the moment, but we'll still talk our shit. Otherwise, I will not be Drew or rapping Drew, the shameless one. Talk to me, man. You got your headline there. It says boring Tottenham. Obviously, midweek you had a good game against FC Copenhagen in the Champions League. It's the Champions League, so it doesn't matter who you play. You collected your 3 points in it. And then obviously home game against United. At home, you haven't been particularly impressive. Away, you've collected most of your points. Talk to me, pre-game, what was your expectations and how did that go after the fact?
Obviously it was a good performance on Wednesday night, or Tuesday night even, against the poor side, but nevertheless, best performance so far at home in the season. We've been very poor at home. I think we're 18th in terms of home form this season, but we're in the top 3 in terms of away from home. So complete opposites. But United obviously picked up of late, but I was still confident because we've done their dance 4 times last season. I know it's a new manager and I know obviously things change season on season, but I don't rate United, yeah, and I just feel like even though they've obviously picked up, we should have enough to beat them. So going into the game confident, then I see the lineup, and I'm just like, why has he changed the team? Why am I seeing Spence and not Udogie? Why am I seeing no Odebear in the team? I didn't understand it. I know obviously Kudus was injured, so we had to play Brennan Johnson by force. That was obviously a bit of a miss, but just kind of deflated me a little bit getting to the ground. And then we were just poor, man. Like, my thing is boring Tottenham because we're so boring to watch. Bro, first 60, 70, you man watched it, creating nothing. Like, no patterns of play, no way of playing. We don't pass forward. We don't have any kind of rhythm to our play, no fluidity in attack. No even, like, patterns in terms of, like, because obviously there's going to be times where teams have the ball and it goes side to side and they try and look for a pocket, and we don't even do that. We kind of just hit and hope it. And United were comfy. First half, embarrassing. Second half, he obviously brings on Odebear, who I think changed the game, along with Udogie who come on for Pedro Porro, who was awful. One of his worst games I've seen him have. And we started to see players in rotation kind of look better. Then he takes off Javi Simmons, which we'll talk about a bit more later. I thought he was playing all right. He was trying to make things happen. And obviously that was quite like a lot of boos in the stadium. I don't think people thought like it was for Tell. Just to make it clear, it wasn't about Tell coming on. It was about Simmons going off, because when you're needing a goal, you're 1-0 down. Yeah, when you need a goal, you're 1-0 down. You don't take off your most creative player, quote unquote, right? So, but listen, Tell goes and scores. We're on the up, and I said we're gonna score. We're gonna score here. Like, I can feel it. I can feel there's another goal coming. We were kind of getting onto them a little bit, and they couldn't really get out. And then obviously we think we scored a winner, and all of a sudden, like, the emotions you feel for the first 70, 75 minutes for the equaliser all goes out the window. You lose yourself in that moment, and you think you've won the game. You've nicked it, and you finally kind of won your first. We ain't won a home game since Burnley, the first game of the season. Finally won a home game just for the international break. Sesko goes off injured, so they're down to 10. And all you're asking for is the players to concentrate for another minute. 6 minutes injury time. You're into the final minute. Man loses his man in the back post. Obviously, I've seen it was Brennan Johnson, but at the time, I couldn't see who it was at the ground. De Ligt scores. And do you know what? To be fair, on the balance of play, a draw is a fair result. However, to have that moment of elation and relief, and you know what, like, we've got away with one here, to then throw it away.
Another Richarlison shirt off celebration.
You just need to keep your shirt on, man. Just keep your shirt on, like, celebrating all that.
He jinxes it.
It's like, it's just like, it's like when I saw him doing all that and I see him on the floor. What's he doing? Like, has he got something in his eye? Or I couldn't really see, obviously, because we're all jumping.
He was
up
crying,
and
bro. Last night I cried tears of joy.
Bro, when I got back, you know what it is? It's like I get it, like, obviously emotion and stuff, but you'd think you'd learn maybe. I'm not blaming Richarlison for that. Obviously, it's a in the moment thing, but concentrate because the game's not done. Anyway, It is what it is, bro. Like, I think again, like, we're just poor. I just think we're so poor, man, and I'm losing patience with Frank. You know, like, he does need time, and yeah, I am. Yeah, he needs time. Yeah, he needs time. He needs a few more transfer windows. We've got a lot of players out. Yeah, found out today that Colomani's fractured his jaw now, so he's going to be out for, like, might need surgery. Yeah, so, like, we are literally, like, players are dropping like flies. Yeah, don't get me wrong, and I get that, and I do sympathise to an extent. However, I'm not seeing him coach this team. I'm not seeing patterns. I'm not seeing ways of playing. I'm just seeing moments, and I don't know if that's going to be sustainable. Right now, for me, we're in a false position. We're 5th in the league. We've won 1 game at home all season. So, listen, things need to start changing quickly, man, because I'm getting bored. I'm going there a lot this season. I've been going down there a lot, and I ain't getting my money's worth right now.
Straight. Do you reckon it's down to the coach or down to the players? Because when I see the Spurs midfield, I don't see any controller. I don't see any midfield maestro, and you could probably say that as Javi Simmons. I don't think he's shown any inclination that he can do that. I just see, like, for lack of a better word, like midfield bouncers, like people who are just there to run and put in the tackle. I don't see any. Do you get what I mean? There's no control.
Any intricacies?
Yeah, any intricacies. No. That's an issue. Obviously, compared to, like, to United, you see Cunha there, you see Bruno there. To Casemiro can do a little bit, and United just looked compact. And when they attacked with a little bit more of a pattern because they had players to do that. But Spurs just didn't show that. What do you think? Are you worried that, without someone like a James Maddison or even Bentancur, that without these players, you guys are just lack creativity?
Nah, you're spot on. It's definitely a personnel issue. Like, tactically, he kind of, in build-up, plays a 3-2. Porro tucks in from the right-hand side into kind of like the right half space, centre-back space, and tries to build up like that. Palhinha's not a progressive passer, right? When Bentancur doesn't play, we do lack to kind of play through the lines. Even Bentancur's not the best at that either. But those two together in the double pivot does not work, right? We're struggling to find Simmons in pockets because we haven't got someone who can play passes through the lines. And that's where I think he's more effective. When Simmons is dropping deep to pick the ball up and try and progress things, the movement around him isn't as good. And also, he's lightweight. And he hasn't been on it himself, right? So sometimes he's miscontrolling it or whatever else. So he's slipping, and then maybe he's having like a confidence issue to then go and get the ball again and try and do it again. But I think you're spot on in terms of personnel, and if we had it would be different. However, we've got injuries. We've got no Cooley. We've got no Maddison. So, and I think because Palhinha is so good in terms of winning drills, winning tackles, interceptions, he kind of has to play as our base six. He's got to change things to accommodate the players that we do have. So, although Sarr isn't as good on the ball, right, as maybe a Bentancur, he gives you energy to get up the pitch. So if you play Sarr with Palhinha, then you have to adjust certain players' positions. And I'm not really seeing it because even at the weekend, like he played Simmons in the 10, and Richarlison like kind of on the left, but he was kind of playing false left. He wasn't like as an out and out winger to try and get Spence to play high. But Spence always wants to come back inside on his right foot because he's right footed. If you're going to play that kind of formation, you have to play a Dogi and have him as the out-and-out left-sided player. If you're going to play Spence left-back, you've got to play Odobert because he's a natural winger. And I just think personnel, it's all about patterns, right? So if you're going to be limited in that kind of deeper area in midfield to progress passes through, you've got to make sure the players in the final third are kind of players that can, I guess, in tight spaces, combine. And that's not Richarlison's game to like tight touches, 1 and 2 touch play. And you can see as soon as Udogie and Odobert and these men came on, they started linking up, we look more fluid. So, look, I want it to be addressed in probably not January, but in the summer. Like, I'd love Adam Wharton. He's someone that gets the ball placed forward, and then you'll see an improvement on Javi Simmons, in my opinion. Then you'll see an improvement on other players. Right now, we're struggling in terms of ball progression, in terms of chance creation, and obviously Kudus didn't play at the weekend, but Brennan Johnson should be nowhere near that team. You lot know my thoughts on Brennan. You know my thoughts on Brennan from time, bro. He is terrible. How many times did he get the ball on the right hand side and just spoon across out for a goal kick? I counted 4 or 5 times, bro. My braids are about to fall off my head, G. That's how angry I'm getting. My head's steaming, brother. Steaming. Like this guy is on big money, bro. Big. He's living.
How much is he on?
Bro, he's on like 80 bags a week, and he can't cross the ball in the box, bro. Like,
too much for him, man.
He can't take a man on. He can't cross the ball in the box. He can't link play, bro. He's got pace as well. You can't even get him behind him, man. Like and you know the maddest thing. This is why, like, on the day I had to calm and I had to just come, and I didn't even do my own review on my own channel because I was thinking to myself, like, I'm too angry, bro. He plays for 90 minutes. For me, Thomas Frank, you're seeing that. You're seeing him do that. Yeah, just take him off. Take him off because we're playing with 9. I know Richarlison scored in, but take these men off. We're playing with 9 and 10 men week in, week out. And that's the only way I sympathize because these players have to play. We have no other options because we are so bare bones at the moment. No Solanke. Mawani's going to be out now. No Kulu. No Maddison. Obviously, Kudus is injured now. Like, we have obviously got a lot of injuries, but yeah, it's just not good enough, bro.
Boring Spurs, man. I needed this monologue from you, man. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. We couldn't really touch on Spurs like that.
Yeah.
In regards to, I think the Thomas Frank situation, with like, I do think he needs time because I think he's a good manager. I think he needs time. I think one of the main issues that I don't know if you mentioned that as well, is that, but I've been saying that to you, that I don't think Richarlison, Dom Solanke, whoever your striker options are good enough as well. I think there needs to be a change there as well to have like a, you will argue Richarlison has been bagging, he's been pulling this weight, but overall his game, do you think like Richarlison contributed positively to the game? He was again.
I'm done with Richarlison. I'm done with Richarlison, bro. You know what? I gave it time. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I argued with you, argued with Kenner. I think I even argued with Mace about Gabby Jesus and Brazil's number 9, R9. I tried it. I tried to support my boy. Dead. Done, bro. Done. I don't know what Richarlison offers you other than on the floor, likes to he gets about a little bit. It's a bit of a nuisance and backs off the tops and get booked. That's it. Offers you nothing else. Can't hold the ball up. Can hold up a paper bag. Yeah. Can't finish. Can't beat a man. Can't run in behind. Ain't good in the air. Can't hold it up. Bro, he can't do anything. And the most frustrating thing for me, is that the player I saw at Everton could do all these things. He could do all of these things he could do. I saw him linking play. I saw him beating a man. I saw him he was their best player by far. And he comes to Tottenham, and I'm patient because he's had injuries and there's been other things. We have managerial changes and blah, blah, blah. What's his excuse now? Because Solanke's out. Mawani's obviously finding his feet. Not good enough, bro. I'm at this point now, where I just play Dane Scarlett up front. If Mawani's going to be out, just play Dane Scarlett, bro. Just play the youth them like the same way.
Might as well, bro. Might as well.
Bro, who's to say? Who's to say that he ain't the next Harry Kane? I'm not saying he will be, but I'm saying do you know what? We're at a point now where our strikers ain't good enough. So just play the kid and see what he's got, because he was a young prospect. He made his debut very, very young, 16 or something, and he's kind of been on a few loans and ain't really happened for him. Just play him and see what happens.
I saw the madness that was it in the Copenhagen game or the previous game where the penalty thing was Copenhagen, right?
Yeah. He came on, he looked good last 10, 15, skin man, won a pen, wanted to take it. Richarlison took the ball off him and hit the ball. I said then, I don't want to see Richarlison play again. And then I'm seeing him start. Yeah. And then
I think after that, the Tottenham faithful, they were very much against Richarlison.
I'm done with Richarlison. You won't hear me saying R9. You won't hear me saying any of that, doing the pigeon dance. Bro, I'm done with him, G, because I just feel like he makes everything about him. Even the winning goal that wasn't a winning goal, made it all about him, bro. That celebration adds on extra time, you know. Who's to say that if he didn't just celebrate with the fans, cheer a little bit, grab the badge and get back on the halfway line, over the halfway line, the whistle don't blow a minute earlier?
I mean, you have to get the emotion, though. I get it. That's not.
No, brother. He's making it. No, he's making it about.
That's not. I'll pick the ball back up.
I'm not saying pick the ball back and run back here. I'm saying he's making it about him. The same way Copenhagen Tuesday night was about him. Yeah, I want to score. Not about a young kid scoring his first Champions League goal in front of the South Stand. I've had enough of Richarlison. My bad on Richarlison. Hold my hands up. I got it wrong. That's it, man.
Apology accepted, man. Apology accepted. Toast. Let's talk about United, man, because obviously they were the ones. They look pretty good. But you can expect that because obviously Spurs, they're Champions League, they're doing their thing elsewhere. United, they just got one game a week fresh, and they looked it as well. And I think if we have to talk about our teams, like it kind of looked like you played a midweek game. Obviously, you guys went all the way to Czech Republic. We played a very intense game against Madrid. Spurs obviously played against Copenhagen. I think City were probably the only team that kind of changed their main donnies against Dortmund and kind of were able to freshen it up. So they looked fresh. But United as well, man, they look good as well, right? I mean, I know you've been on United a few times and but you have to give them.
they've been I mean, I'll be real. This is the only thing that I say about United. I almost kind of feel as if it's almost happened 2 games in a row. They're playing well or supposedly playing well. They go a goal up. You're like, okay, this is a new United. And then you blink and then they're 2-1 down. It happened last week and it happened this week. And credit to them, because obviously in both instances, Ahmad, last week, got a late goal. This week, So I'm seeing a change in terms of
they have the energy because
the energy. And I'm seeing not only character but obviously energy. We're more or less kind of seeing the same kind of players playing the majority of the games at the moment. And on top of that,
but again, is that like you gave the manager time? He now there's no midweek game, so he has time to really coach, and he has time to pick his right players and play with the same 11. right? Are we now
Yeah.
seeing the fruits of that particular labor?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't be kind of too overly critical, I would say yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the table. Spurs are 5th, United are 7th, and these are two teams that were, do you know what I mean? Was it 15th and 17th last year, respectively? Going on to like Strizzer's point earlier about the fact that he feels like Spurs are in a bit of a false position. I think right now, as a United fan and as a Tottenham fan, just based on last season, I think you guys should kind of, I mean, I understand you guys are top 6 clubs, but I think both teams should be relatively happy with how the season has started because you've not been at your best all season.
No.
But I always say that things can get better. Like if I'm honest, I put United particularly more so than Tottenham. I didn't think United would have won almost 50% of their games. United will be they're 7th, but only on goal difference. They've got the same number of points as 5th. They're 1 point off the Champions League spots right now. You man are in heaven right now. And on the Tottenham side, we addressed it at the beginning of the season. The attack was always going to be an issue, but we have to understand that Kulu is one of your most creative players. Kulusevski, is one of your most creative players. He's out. Madison, in terms of goals and assists, that's a big miss. Solanke is probably the best striker at the club, is injured. So there is kind of an explanation for obviously why your attack game to game is a little bit, it doesn't look the best, innit? Obviously, some of those players are out long term. I think Madison's going to be out for like the majority of the season. I don't know when Solanke is going to come back. I don't obviously know. Obviously, Kudus is injured as well. But in both instances, both United and Tottenham, I think things can still kind of only get better. So I wouldn't be too disheartened, innit, if I'm a Tottenham fan. Like, you're 5th right now. You're 1 point off the Champions League spot. Like, there's plenty of season still to play. There's plenty of time for, you know what I mean, for Frank to really get what he's trying to get across. So I think it's just a wait and see thing, man. It's still quite early in the season, isn't it? Like 11 games in, I can't really make a judgment on.
So what you man telling me?
One way or the other.
Next game, North London derby. What are we saying?
We're losing. We're losing.
We're gonna. I'll be real.
I agree.
We're gonna smoke Tottenham. I have no doubt about that. And I actually think, hopefully, we should have a couple of players back. Like Arteta was very coy in this weekend on the players that could have made the game, the players that are back in training, etc., etc. I think with an additional 2 weeks, and I think the fact that he ruled out Gyökeres for this game was actually because he didn't want him to go on international duty because he's obviously not in the Sweden squad now, I can see. So potential of having Gyökeres back, the potential of having obviously Havertz back, potential of having Odegaard back, the potential of having Gabriel Jesus back. I don't think there's going to be any issues in terms of the depth that we're going to have in terms of our attacking options. We're in a good rich reign of form at the moment. We have a good kind of record in the last couple of years in the derby. I do think we're clearly a better team than Tottenham right now. It's a home game. I expect us to be fired up for it, and I expect us to win that game. Like we can't afford to drop points two games back to back, man. So I really think that we're going to be up for that one, and I expect us to win.
Yeah, same. We're not good enough, G. And like, I appreciate the kind words. It's actually nice to hear from you. Maybe it's because you're top of the league and you're feeling good about yourself. But I watch Tottenham week in, week out, buddy, and I'm telling you now, yeah, we are in a fourth position, and I ain't gonna be happy. Yeah, I'm not happy with what I'm seeing week in, week out, bro. Yeah, because at the end of the day, when I'm watching the game, I'm coming away thinking we either played badly and somehow got points, or we played badly and got nothing. There's no in between. There's no played well today, unlucky not to get more. Like how you did against Sunderland. You thought, you know what, that second half deserved more. Switch off at the end of the game. We were lucky to go 2-1 up against. We didn't deserve to be 2-1 up against United at all. And now we're going to play the best team in the league at the moment, away from home, in a game where we don't win anyway. We ain't won since 2010, Yunus Kabul, I think. 2010, yeah. Broski. We're not 15 years. 15 years, brother. I was 15. We ain't winning. Like, bro, it's long, G. It's long. I'm going into that game with like the least amount of confidence I've ever had in a North London derby, bro. It's long.
If there's one thing I've learned about Spurs, yeah, you can't rely on Spurs to like if you're one of the teams to like, you know, go for the league or something, you can't rely on Spurs to help you. The only thing you can rely on Spurs is to shag you. They've done it with us. They've done it to Arsenal as well.
Arsenal, yeah. Yeah.
That's the only thing you can. Spurs, they'll happily shag you. They should have let us win at Anfield. No, Kane wanted to score 2 goals. Eh? and then we drew that game and we lost the league. You could have helped Arsenal. No, Son.
Son scores that goal
Wanted to
any
miss.
day
Wanted
at
to
any
miss.
time, bro. Scores that
Yeah,
goal.
but-
Go prick.
Yeah, but
But
we end up
if
winning
you're
the
in a
Europa League.
position where you need Spurs' help, they're never there to help you. They're always there to shag you.
Yo, do we
yeah.
quickly talk about that Benjamin Sesko, bro? Because
Hey, that was you man's boy, man.
not
That
my
was you
boy,
man's
not
boy.
me, not me.
Man are distancing himself.
I'm-
Yeah, he's injured again, right?
Yeah, he got injured in that game. Came in
I
for
don't
what,
know,
less
man.
than 10 minutes?
Talk to me, man. What do you think?
Right?
What's 10 games in?
I think we got the better of the two strikers.
Just about, mate. We're comparing like I don't know,
Yeah.
Pooji. One Pooja's more runny. Like Gyökeres is dead, G. I'm not trying to hear it. And I know Toes tries to tell me about he's gonna bag 20. I wish I took that bet because he is dead. Gyökeres is bro. How can man be so big and so ripped and all of this shit
Yeah.
and not be able to hold anything? He's all on the floor. He's worse than Simmons, bro. Dead. But Sesko's
Come
dead
on,
as
man.
well.
Woo!
Bro,
I like
Come
that.
on.
I
Bro,
like
please,
that,
the-
Shiz. Let's
the
go.
striker- Yeah, the striker market is on the floor though. Like, let's not get it twisted. It's dead. Like, trying to get a decent striker in this current market is terrible. Yeah, it's not easy. But Gyökeres is. I don't rate Havertz. When Havertz gets back fit, he'll start ahead of Gyökeres, 100%.
I can see that as well, you know. But maybe he'll switch it around. He'll interchange them a lot. But I think Havertz will see a lot of minutes because you know.
Yeah,
But obviously,
He's
according
dead,
to Toes,
bro.
Toes is kind of right because Toes last week on the pod you mentioned that you'll see how we will perform if Gyökeres is not in the team and they drop points. So he's kind of
convenient, bro. Everything you know with Gyökeres,
it's very
you know Gyökeres,
convenient. It's very
I'll-
convenient.
everything's
I'll
a
be
struggle,
real.
bro. Everything's a
Mace.
struggle. Like the ball comes into him, and it's like it's hard for
Mace.
him to keep the ball. Him to pass, it just looks like it's hard, bro. Like he's in quicksand and he's like struggling
Mace.
to move his body.
I don't know about
He
you.
knows this, but he's not
No,
being
no,
honest.
Mace. I don't know about you, but I was actually like during that first half, I was like, I miss Gyökeres, bro. I ain't gonna cap on you, bro. Like, I ain't gonna cap on
Gassy.
Shalom, be honest. Shalom, be honest. Just tell him
Nah.
right now. that
Nah,
you
No.
didn't think that.
Like,
I
honestly,
agree with
yes,
Toast, bro,
because-
because
Bro, Shalom,
because
nah,
what?
yeah.
No, come on, like because we keep saying this and we've been consistent, and I know Strizza probably doesn't watch us enough to see what Gyökeres does. He plays a role. Yes, I agree with you in some points regards to like how he holds the ball, etc. And I think he can be
completely
better.
agree. His
And the
touch,
game
completely
against
agree.
Burnley showed that he can be better, right? But he does bring a lot more to his game, you know. So if you're comparing two pools, brother, that's
All right,
a
let's
crazy
go
analogy.
to the chat and let's go discuss the other Premier League games, man. Kenneth saying, I heard Spurs have won 3 of the last 20 home games in the Premier League. That's y'all know how that insane that is. That's more than a full season at home. Benjamin Sesko is
Kenna,
the worst striker
concentrate,
that's
man.
received a
Concentrate,
big
bro.
money move. Hey, we're talking about
spent
your
four-
club right now,
You
man.
spent 400. You spent 400 million, yeah, and you're below us, man. Concentrate, bro. Allow it.
Hey,
Woo!
we're talking about Spurs right now, man. Why you gotta do this, man?
Nah,
Why you gotta
bro,
do
you need
this?
to Concentrate.
Max B is free, man. All right. Yeah, so Spurs United 2-2. Everton beat Fulham 2-0. Fulham, man. Fulham is what do you guys think of Mark Silva? Can he, because people have been suggesting that he can do like a higher job, but is it one of them with Silva? It's like he's reached like Thomas Frank, he's reached the ceiling with this team and he just needs a better team to go above, or is this just his level? What do you man think? Because he's very in and out with his Fulham team, man.
Fulham,
He's a good tactician, but yeah, I do agree. He's very hot and cold.
I think he's only good against the good teams. But when he meets his mates, he struggles. Is
that like a
what I
personal
think.
thing, though? Like, is that like a player's thing? Because the
But
players
they're more
step up
up
when
for the big games.
yeah, they're more up for the big games than like the minnows.
Yeah. I mean, I watched that game. I had that game on, and Everton fully deserved, man. Keane and Garner gave with the goals, but they were peppering Fulham the whole game, man. Like, Well deserved win. West Ham back-to-back dubs. 3-2. They beat Burnley, Souček, Walker Peters, and Wilson with the goals. Fleming with a last minute 3-2, I guess, but it wasn't enough. Did you guys know that what's the West Ham manager called again?
Nuno Espirito Santos.
Nuno Gomes. Did you know he's from Sao Tome? Like the African island.
What
No.
Are they like a Portuguese speaking island or
I think so. I'm not too sure, but I think there might be a Portuguese colony as well. But shout out the Black Gaffers, man. Shout out Le General in the Bundesliga as well.
I didn't know he was black, like when I think West Ham tweeted our first black manager, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I saw that as well. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's not, don't force it. But fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll leave it there.
what Portuguese Donnies can't be black now? Nuno Mendes
No,
and that.
but I can't lie, he looks Arab, bro.
He looks Arab, really.
He looks
never
like
thought he was
them
Arab.
them dark
Interesting.
Arabs. Them, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
No. Sao Tome and Principe, yeah. What, however you pronounce it. Yeah.
Chelsea beat Wolves 3-0. Gusto, Neto, and João Pedro with the goals. Chelsea again. I think they're third, isn't it? Yeah, they're third.
Yeah, it's third.
6 points of Arsenal. They're looking aight. Aston Villa beat Bournemouth 4-0. That was a crazy game. But it kind of, the scoreline low-key flattered, in my opinion. I watched the game as well. Bournemouth had a lot of chances, but they couldn't put them away. I think Villa were extremely effective. Marlon, he's been in a rich vein of form, scoring. Barkley, I didn't know Barkley was at Villa. I saw him like coming on against Liverpool. I was like, this guy still plays here.
Bro, he's been there for a minute, man. Yeah, still there.
Yeah, I know, but I thought for some reason I thought he left, but he's still there. I don't know if he was injured last season. But yeah, Iriola with a defeat. Brentford beat Newcastle. Newcastle are slipping down, man. They Thiago again with 2 goals. Kevin Schade with another goal. And
they're struggling, man.
Isn't that like typical Newcastle? They yo-yo and then they just have like a random push for top.
It's typical
6.
Eddie Howe, man. Yeah, you can see them from January onwards, and that's when when they collect points, and then it might be a little bit too late.
I think
but
they're just so. I think they've got I read on Twitter, they got 3 points away from home this season, which is just, if you're a Champions League side, to have 3 points from, I think they played 5 or 6 away is just bad. Like, it's mad.
3 points, mad. Yeah. Crystal Palace with a ball draw against Brighton, 0-0. Nottingham Forest beat Leeds 3-1. Gibbs Wide, Anderson, and Sangare with the goals. Where's Leeds? Because Leeds 16th. Okay. Every time I see that Leeds manager, I keep forgetting his name. That guy, he just screams relegation. Daniel Farke. He just screams relegation, bro. He doesn't fill me with no confidence.
Relegation battle, bro. Trust me.
With Norwich. And then Man City obviously beat Liverpool. Let's head to the bar, man. Any shots for the man?
Yeah, man. I got a shot.
Go on.
Little rare nephew. Obviously, there's been a lot of tragedies going on in Jamaica of late. So, big up all the Jamaicans that might be watching or might not, because obviously, the signal's been down and stuff like that. I got a few family members out there that tune into the pod and stuff. So, yeah, little shot for them, but also a shot for Wilson Odobert, man. Because I do think he changed the game at the weekend. It's a shame we didn't come away with all 3 points, but I think he came on and he kind of took the game to United. Obviously, got the pre-assist for the Tell goal, got the assist for the Richarlison goal, and was just a constant threat, constant menace on the left, man. And I feel like he needs to nail down that position now, because there's always been talk about Spurs, who's going to be the Son replacement. I'm not going to say he's going to go on to be that kind of level, but he's 20, and he's got a lot of potential, man. So I'm hoping over the next few weeks, after the international break, he comes back and he kind of nails that position down. But yeah, man, Wilson Odobert, I think he's got something about him, definitely, and I think he could be a potential star for us in the future, man. So big him up.
I got a shot too.
Big him up. Go on.
Yeah, my shot goes to Leo Trossard. In Toast's word, Toast, what's your slogan for Leo?
Only Leo we acknowledge, my brother, man.
Calm. Yeah. I I've just come up to the realization that he will go down as the cult hero for Arsenal, no matter what happens. Just because of what he's done in the moments. He's a moments player, and yesterday he gave us another great moment, and he's been.
Only if you win something. Sorry to cut you off. Only if you win
I
something.
I don't even think if we don't, he's still a cult hero. I think it's just
Really?
what he's. Yeah, I think it's because just he's a moments player, so you remember those players. So yeah, he's been on form this season, and I've been one of the people who wanted him gone just because I just think we could have used the money, but he's proved me wrong, and I'm very, very impressed by what he's done so far in the season. So my shirt goes out to Leo Trossard.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a quick shot to Bukayo Saka. There's been a lot of chit chat that he's on fraud watch, that he's this, that he's that, and he's not scored in X amount of games. And we were a goal down in a difficult stadium, and he showed a lot of composure, took his goal really, really well on his right foot. At that point in the game, I was convinced we would go on to win it, and it just kind of takes that kind of moment of quality to kind of, relax the team down. And, we did kind of kick on, and unfortunately, we didn't get the result, but it's obviously good to see him hit the back of the net, because I can now see him kicking on and obviously getting a few more goal returns, and as our talisman at the end of the day, like, you're only a star boy if you're delivering on a weekly basis, you know what I mean? And I'm hoping that this will be kind of the start of a good run of form for him, man. So yeah, shout out Bukayo Saka in the finish.
Yeah, I've got a shot as well, man. Go to the Stadium of Light. No, it's not going to be for Brian Brobby because, I still need to see more. Like, know what I mean? But my shot goes to Lucero Geertruida, man, because obviously, boy from Rotterdam, he played for Feyenoord. He made his move to Leipzig. He struggled at Leipzig. He didn't really get a sniff. And it's kind of like a similar story to Ryan Gravenberch, who left the Eredivisie to go to the Bundesliga, struggled. People were thinking, okay, how's their career going to look like? He made a move to the Premier League. Sunderland, I was questioning it. I was thinking, surely you could do better than Sunderland. But of course, you have to start from somewhere. And in the beginning stages, he struggled to get the place in the lineup. But now he's like a first starter in midfield as well. And he's very, very solid, man. I'm happy with his performance levels. Of course, there was a moment in the Arsenal game where it could have been peak, but obviously Arsenal didn't particularly capitalize on that. But I'm just happy with what I'm seeing from him in other games, the way he breaks up play, the way he progresses the ball, his passing quality. So yeah, man, like if you remember the ball to Brian Brobby in the Chelsea game as well, where they equalized, yeah, that was from him, man. So yeah, Lucha, yeah, man, congratulations on the move, man, and more success, man, because I know that if he has a good season, I can see him leaving this season to go elsewhere better, man. Like, I definitely believe that, man. So my shot goes up to him, man. And that is that. Before we leave, yeah, I wanted to discuss. Have you guys seen Cristiano Ronaldo with Piers Morgan? that reminded me.
Ish.
Did you guys, bro? That guy, Toes. I
Just
know
seen
you,
clips.
bro. Tell that
seen
guy
clips.
to relax. Tell that guy to sit his ass down, bro. It's
Talk to
done,
him, my
brother. Fam,
Oh,
he's
what
saying
the comment
the
about the World
World Cup
Cup?
Yeah.
it doesn't matter
Yeah,
that Messi won
yeah.
the World Cup. Argentina won 2 previous World Cups. Why is he so bitter, man? Like, what? Why?
Yeah,
It would be.
over.
It would.
it's over.
What happens with his case when he goes to the World Cup? I want to know.
He ain't going, bro. You know, bro.
Calm.
He ain't rolling, bro. No, I'm joking. I don't know what happens, but
Yeah, it'll be an interesting
Ronaldo-
one to find
Cristiano's
out
going
what's
down.
gonna happen. But he's trying to play one more World Cup, innit, man? He genuinely believes that he can tie the Messi.
But
World Cup
but
thing.
one thing
Like-
that I did agree with him with was, yeah, like obviously people are questioning him. He's gone to the desert. He was talking about like, why are people questioning me? I'm scoring goals. If it was easy, everyone would have done that. And I'm a believer of that. If it was easy, you would have done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Benzema is also there. He's not scoring the same amount of goals. You know what I mean? There's a lot of strikers that are there that are not scoring the same amount of goals as Cristiano Ronaldo. And he made a good point where he was like, if you put me in the top team in the Premier League, I will still bag goals for that particular team. Me, I believe it. I can't lie.
Oh, 100%.
I
bro.
believe it. I
He
believe
came to
it.
the
If he
Prem
was at
after
Arsenal,
how many
Liverpool,
years, scored
whatever.
18 for United. Of course,
Yeah.
in the league.
I believe it,
100%.
man. So in that sense, I do hear him where he was like, yeah, people are playing down this thing. Nah, man, he's still scoring at an incredible rate. He's on 950 plus, so he's en route to the 1,000. 1,000 documented. May I say,
Not
1,000
Pele, bro.
documented.
Disclaimer, boy. That's me.
Disclaimer. All right, man. Mace, Toast, Trezor, thank you very much. My name is Andrew, aka Rapping Drew. We are the Compadres. Next week is international break, but we'll try to be there again. Peace.
In a bit.